What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my second video on my channel. I'm so excited to be sharing this information with y'all. It is about, I hope you can see it. I think you can, right? Let's see. Alright. So, we're going to be talking about the difference between your higher self and your ego. And I know it's a little fudged because I was meditating outside, I was sun gazing, and I dropped it. But, okay, so we're just going to get right into it. So your higher self is your soul. So your higher self is what's connected to the universe. So let's go ahead and think about it this way. Your higher self is, think of the universe as internet. And then think of your higher self as iOS, right? So you're going to think of like how your phone works, all that. And your physical self is your phone. So your third dimensional body that you can see, touch, do everything with, that's your ego. So your ego is like an iPhone, and the universe is the internet that you need to connect to your higher self within you get the analogy. And the voice in your head that you hear is your higher self. So whenever you think about something, whenever you're meditating and then you close your eyes and you think about all types of things, that's your higher self that's in there, that's literally meditating and everything. A lot of people misconstrued that meditation is supposed to be, you're supposed to have a clear mind, you're supposed to not think, blah, blah. But that's not what meditation is for some people. I know for me personally, embracing all my thoughts, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to get to know what you're thinking. You're supposed to embrace even the bad thoughts. If you think about some weird stuff, like I don't know, what's weird? Chickens coming, like flying off a roof or something. Embrace that thought, like you thought it. Like that's what meditating is just paying attention to your thoughts. And so the voice that you can physically hear and use, like the one that you hear right now, my voice, this is my ego. This is also what you need to, because you need this body and you need the voice to survive in this third dimension. So you go ahead and you talk to people. This is how you can also give energy by talking to people. That's energy. You're giving, you're receiving, and you're taking energy in any type of form of communication, in any type of, basically, because you can make physical contact, you can make eye contact. There's so many types of giving energy. But your higher self also is your intuition. So your gut feeling, that's your higher self. Your gut feeling is there to help you to make decisive decisions, but also to help you make decisions that are good for you. So whenever your gut feeling tells you like, oh, don't go down that dark alley, don't go down that dark alley. If your intuition is telling you like, oh, I shouldn't be with this person anymore, then follow your instincts, and obviously your intuition is telling you something that you need to be listening to. And your higher self is your thoughts, and your ego is the I, me attitude. So I want to do this, this is better for me, blah blah blah. Because once you get into that aspect of I wrote it down. Oh, if you once you start getting into that aspect of the fifth dimension, because we all, once you start to like meditate and stuff like that, love lives on the fifth dimension. Like love, that's where it is and stuff like that. And the fifth dimensional thinking is you are me and I am you. We are all one, because that's true. We are all part of the same internet. We're all a part of the universe. So once you start realizing like, okay, I am no different than you are, and you are no different than I am. Because you have to understand that we all come from a higher being, so the creator. So we all come from the creator. But the creator is also the universe. And that in turn is a fifth dimensional type way of thinking. Because wow, you could really get deep into this, because you basically just get into this thought process of like, dude, we are all one. If I That's why people say like treat others the way you want to be treated, because that's true. That's basically what you want to happen, because you're literally, if I treat somebody bad, then karma, right? Karma's going to come back, and it's going to come back to me because I treated my fellow human or whatever badly. And that's my higher self is already like, all right, why did you do that? Because you already know, like, that's a different version of you. Like, a tree outside is a different version of you, but that is something that your higher self will understand. But through meditation, you'll start to really progress and start to realize the difference between your ego and your higher self. So your ego isn't able to think on a fifth dimensional level. Your ego is always like, no, I need that. No, that's better for me. I want to do that. Like, it's kind of selfish. But your higher self is connected to the fifth dimension because you don't have that aspect of thinking. You have that, all right, this is like, we're literally all the same. We all are in this third dimension life experience together. We all have to treat the people the way that we want to be treated, because we're giving and receiving energy at the same time. So I'll go into more in depth about the different dimensions in another video, and it'll be really cool. But so the egos created good and bad, truth and lies. So you have to think about it as, okay, we're all electrical beings. So we all are. The universe is like a whole electrical database, you can think about it. And so you know how like a computer has like yes, no, or because I know in computer language it's I and O, but we have yes and no. Just like you can exit, you can create, do all that on a computer. That is how your higher self is, because we are like computers. So we don't know what necessarily is good and bad and what's truth and lies. Because I know for sure, the only thing that I know for a fact is I know nothing. I'm going to know what the truth is when I'm dead, basically. Not to be morbid, but it's true. And then so the ego is what's created good and bad, because your ego is looking like, okay, that looks good, that doesn't look good, that doesn't feel good, that doesn't, I shouldn't use feel because that's a way that we are supposed to communicate. But so yeah, that's basically what the egos start to create, because then you get into this mindset of, okay, my ego thinks like I'm a good person, but if you're a good person, there has to be bad people out there. But who are you to think that you're good when somebody else might think that you're not good? Because once you start to get that I'm better mindset, then you start to lose that connection to your higher self. Because you're supposed to think that we're all one, we're all united, because we are. Okay, moving on. So your higher self is able to astral project, and it's able to go into the fourth dimension. So when you're dreaming, you're entering the fourth dimension. Lucid dreamers, this is for you. The ones that you can control your dreams and all that. That is all the fourth dimension. Everything exists in the fourth dimension. So energy, spirits, all that is in the fourth dimension. And that is where so yeah, I said that and that. But it's also to the point where, because I have so many thoughts in my head, my mouth can't keep up with my thoughts. But so yeah, so you're able to really connect and do different things that you're not able to do in the fourth dimension than you can in this third dimension. Because what stops you is your ego, because you're physically here. You're a third dimensional being who can't ascend to the fourth dimension, because only your soul ascends. Only your higher self ascends to the fourth dimension, fifth dimension, so on. Um, through meditation, you're able to get better at realizing what are your higher self thoughts and what are your ego thoughts. Because, yes, I know I said thoughts are your higher self, but there are two versions of your thinking. And that coincides with a note that I took is you're technically three people. You're who you think you are, you're who what people see you as, and you are who you actually are. Those three types of people are like are there three different egos if you could think about it. So who you really are is your higher self. And then you who you think you are is somebody who you kind of like use to talk to your friends, who you use to talk to your parents, or, you know, a stranger. That is like who you think you are. And then your who people who see you as like who you are, like who, you know what I mean, like people who see the real you are people who see your ego. Okay, I'm really, really hoping this makes sense. But leave comments if I can, explain better, and I'll go ahead and answer those. But we're gonna just move on. To be able to going along with meditation and stuff like that, you have to go ahead and really get into the aspect of being alone. You have to love your time alone. You have to love yourself enough to enjoy being alone. A lot of people do not like to be alone. A lot of people have the fear of being alone. I was one of them. I did not like to be left alone. I didn't like to be by myself in any type of way. But then I grew out of that because I started meditating and I started realizing I'm not alone. I'm never alone. I have my spirit guides, I have my ancestors, I have my angels. I'm never alone. And that really helped me to understand, okay, let me go ahead and connect with my higher self, because then I'll be able to talk to my ancestors. Then I'll be able to, and that's the fourth dimension. You're able to talk to your ancestors and all that in the fourth dimension. Once you start like meditating, eating right, and all that, sun gazing, that really gets you into the groove of that narrow path. Because instead of being those three people, like I said, who you are, who you think you are, and who people see you as, those are like three different channels. As to, okay, the who you think you are is telling you to go this way, who you really are is telling you to go this way, and who people see you as is telling you to go this way. So whenever you eliminate those other egos, you're able to have that one correct channel of who your higher self, who you really are, to be able to start to be able to do those types of things. Because to be honest with you, these are kind of superpowers that we have. Like if you eat right, you sun gaze, you meditate, you think positive, you do your research, you can be able to control your dreams. You could be able to, like I said, talk to your ancestors. You could be able to give out such warm feelings, like it's an amazing feeling to be able to be connected with your higher self. Me speaking personally. So, you need to be, yes. And then we're going to move on to how sun gazing. Sun gazing really does help because you can get information from the sun. I don't care who told you. I don't care if your parents told you. I don't care if doctors told you that the sun gives you skin cancer. It does not. The sun does not. It's not bad for you, but that's the way that the matrix gets you to not connect with your higher self. Because this third dimension matrix, this world, does not want you to connect to your higher self. That's why a lot of things that are bad for you, that they say, are actually good for you. And the things that are good for you are bad for you. But in the aspect of sun gazing, so what I do is from 6:30 to 8 a.m. is the best times to sun gaze. So I'll either go out through that time and I'll go and I'll just either go on the walk, look at the sun, sit down, just look at the sun, literally, because it's giving you information while you're sitting out there, while it's on you, it's healing you. You actually get clear skin. You don't have to use anything. You don't have to use Proactive. You don't have to use soap, nothing. All you need to have clear skin is water and the sun. And 5:30 to like sunset is another good time to go and sun gaze, because it's not too hot. Like, you could go during the day. You could go anytime during the day when the sun is out. But I'm just talking about personal experience because I live in Texas and it is hot. Let me just tell you. And those times I sit down, I can be out there for 5 minutes. I could be out there for like 20 minutes. I could be out there for however long that I want to be out there. But however long you're out there, you're getting information. You're getting vitamins. You're getting nutrients. You're getting positive energy, because the sun is actually great for you. I cannot stress this enough. It is so good for you. I highly recommend that you go sun gaze, and I promise you, you'll feel refreshed. You'll feel comfortable. You'll feel, besides the sweat obviously, but you'll feel comfortable in here. You'll feel calmer. I know when I'm upset, when I'm sad, when I'm in my ego, I go outside, I sun gaze, and I come back, all right, I'm calm now. All right, I'm ready to deal with whatever I have to deal with. And so that's that. So I gave an analogy about the phone and the internet. You're basically, another analogy, your ego is a car and your higher self is a driver. That's basically what it is. And how your 5 senses. So we're going to go ahead and talk about your sense of smell, taste, hear, and smell, taste, hear. All right, you know what I mean, the 5 senses. So we're going to go ahead and talk about your eyes. So whatever you see, like on social media, your eyes tell lies. Let me just tell you that. Social media is not a good resource to get information from. It is not a good resource to get news from. It is not. Because, like I said, the Matrix does not want you to connect to your higher self. It doesn't. It wants you to stay in your ego. It wants you to not think for yourself. So social media is a great example of you not being able to think for yourself. Because you go and you look at, I know me personally, as a female, I can go look at some girls who wear all this makeup, who get their body done and all that. No shame, do what you want, whatever. I'm just talking about me personally. It would make me feel like, okay, I mean, I see people like that. I see people in music videos who like that type of stuff in a female. And this is before, obviously this is before I was connected to my higher self. But that goes to show that females especially look at things and then they think that, okay, they're not good enough, they're not pretty enough, they're not skinnier or big enough, they're not, just different types of things, because the social media has programmed people to think that way. By what you see is what you think or feel. That's not true. And that's going off of, that's you giving yourself, okay, these types of thoughts, negative thoughts, become your reality. So your thoughts are your reality. So when you start thinking bad about yourself, you're going to start feeling bad about yourself. You're going to start exhibiting negative energy towards yourself, towards others. You're going to feel down all the time, and that's just through your eyes. So your sense of smell. Your sense of smell is it's a tricky one, because I'm not too familiar with the sense of smell. I mean, I've done my research about like the key ones, but your sense of smell kind of is just the fact of, like, how I can think of it is meat, because meat is dead. It is not good for you. It is it does not give you energy. It doesn't have any oxygen, so it doesn't replenish your body at all. It doesn't help your blood cells. And whenever you eat meat, your ancestors on the 4th dimension, your spirit guides, your angels, they can smell. Your soul has a smell, and when you eat meat, you smell dead to them. because you ate something dead. Um, you ate, you basically ate something dead, like I said. And so they can smell that. And they don't want to be around you when you smell like that. Obviously, I don't want to be around something that's dead. I don't want to be around something that smells like throw up or something, because that's basically for everybody. We all want to smell good and all that. That's why working on who you are is so important, because not only is working on who you are is a physical improvement, it's also a spiritual, a mental, and emotional improvement in the aspect of you being able to do all these things and feel good about yourself. Every day, I know I wake up, try my hardest to stick to my higher self and get out of my ego, then um, than to be in my ego, because I feel so much more calm. I feel so happy. I feel genuine energy from my higher self than I do my ego. So, yes, so that's your smell. Obviously, what you eat, you are what you eat. So, whenever you eat vegetables, you eat fruit, anything that is like living, that comes from the ground, that grows, is good for you. Like I said about the whole meat, you can't go and put a steak in the ground and expect a cow or, you know, like a goat to come and grow out of the ground. That's not how it works. So why would you want to put that in your body? Some dead energy, because meat does not have any oxygen, like I said. It actually contains a lot of carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is not good for you to breathe in. That's why masks are not good for you, because you're rebreathing in the carbon dioxide. But I'm not going to get into that. So, when you put that in your body, do you notice how whenever you feel so full and all that, if you start to pay attention to how food affects you and how it makes you feel, then you're going to start to see what I'm talking about. Once you start eating more fruits and vegetables, you'll start feeling a lot more energy, because they contain oxygen. Oxygen is a really good source of refreshment. It's a good source of nutrients. It's a good source of energy. And so when you start to realize, okay, I ate meat, right? So I ate meat and I feel a little, blah, I feel not as energetic as I would if I ate a salad or something like that. So that's your eating, and or your mouth, your taste, basically. And then with your hearing. So whenever you hear things, you are, so when you listen to music, when you listen to certain music, I know a lot of music, when I would listen to, okay, Suicide Boys, right? Not knocking Suicide Boys, they're cool, whatever. But me personally, I did not like how Suicide Boys sounded, because it sounded so aggressive to me. It sounded like um like just angry in a way. I know a lot of different music that sounds angry, and I didn't like how it would make me go and it would make me feel throughout my day. Like I said, pay attention to how things are starting to affect you. Pay attention to how the music is affecting you. Pay attention to how the things that you're eating are affecting you. Because when you listen to 432 hertz music, and there's a lot more, like 537 and all types of that, the universal frequencies, those are actually really good for you. They make you feel more positive. They make you feel more productive. They make you sleep better. They help you meditate. I listen to 432 hertz music right now during meditation, while I'm sleeping, because it allows me to feel a lot better in the morning, instead of me listening to just other things that just don't make me feel good. But that's just me. And then, so I did what? Your taste, your hearing, your smell. Did I do all 5? Touch. Okay, I know I didn't do touch. So touching, when you touch things, it's kind of, this is like you touch with your ego, basically. That one's simple. So yeah, I think I got everything on my little thing. I don't really want to go too much into a lot of information, because like I said in my previous video, everything is connected. Everything is so intertwined with everything, but it's also to the point where you have to remember that this is a life experience. You're going to experience life totally different from somebody else. But the universe all has the same goal for us. The universe wants us to all be happy. It wants us to all find genuine happiness within ourselves and in this life. Like, if you want to be rich, the universe wants to help you be rich. If you want to, and this is all manifesting. If you want to manifest the love, a great love, I don't want to say love of your life because then you get into all twin flame and all that. But, like a genuine love that you want and you deserve, you can manifest that. My bad. You can manifest that because the universe wants to make you happy. The universe wants to give you what you want, but you have to do the work in order to do that. You have to put in the meditation. You have to put in the sun gazing. You have to put in the eating right. You have to put in the exercise in order to be able to do those things because, like I said, we're all electrical beings. It's a magnetism. You have to be able to magnetize yourself in to the point of being able to like connect with the universe, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Like I said, just start paying attention to how you feel after you eat. Start paying attention to how you feel whenever you listen to music. Start paying attention to how you feel when you don't exercise. And start paying attention to how things make you feel on a physical aspect and as an emotional aspect as well. Then you'll start to realize like, okay, maybe this is true. Maybe this is right. Maybe I should start eating better. Maybe I should start exercising more. Maybe I'll start feeling better and not feel sad, not feel depressed anymore. Because this literally will help you to start to feel much better. So yeah, that's my second video. If you like and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, go ahead and leave a comment. If you have any questions, I will answer those. So yeah, thanks for watching.